women, children, and society. My name is Oikeke Igado Kure. Today, we'll be looking at issues bothering on gender inequalities as it relates to indigenship of women in Nigeria. You know, on this program, we focus on issues bothering on women and children, especially as it has to do with protection of their rights. So, into this edition, we'll stay away from the regular issues of rape, domestic violence, and other things, to something else, something which also is quite interesting to women, something that is also key because it affects them in one way or the other. But you and I will be looking at the issues together, and we'll try to come up with how we can handle these issues in such a way that both the women and even the society at large will have nothing to lose by the end of the day. So, like I said, we'll be looking at issues bothering on gender inequalities as it relates to indigenship in Nigeria, especially. You know, the growing population of mixed ethnic marriages in Nigeria has created challenges relating to indigenship, especially with regards to women who have married into ethnic groups other than theirs. You know, these days, because of how far we have grown and we have interacted with ourselves, a lot of people are married to people who are not of the same ethnic or cultural with theirs. People have gone ahead to marry from different states, different languages and all that, which is good because it's going to enhance our unity as a nation. All right, okay, but this, some people are saying, is also posing some little challenge to women, especially women in political office holders or women who seek elective positions in one way or the other, have some issues to tackle at as long as these things are. And then the growing population of women who are not living in their states, for instance, of origin, due to inter-ethnic marriages encounter discrimination that is both gender and ethnic bound. All right, so we'll be looking at the issue of federal character principle, which is said to be a frame of reference for analyzing the extent of discrimination against women in that sense, beginning from the federal level to the local levels. All right, women's rights usually within their very own communities in Nigeria are highly restricted. In Nigeria here, you hear a lot of things like, okay, she's a woman, she cannot do this, she's a woman, she's not supposed to do this, she's not supposed to sit like this, she's not supposed to do these things, the man is supposed to do this, he's supposed to do that. I remember when I lost my dad about 2 years ago, my younger brother held a meeting with his friends, and when I came to address the meeting, I was trying to talk to them and said, look, I thank you all very much for coming to honor my younger brother. And then somebody got up from the garden and said, no, I cannot say he's my younger brother, that he's a man, I'm a woman, that a woman can never be an elder to a man. And I said, all right, is that it? He's my younger brother. And they were arguing with me that he cannot be my younger brother. He is supposed to be, I mean, after me and not me and not him. I'm supposed to come behind him and not him behind me. All right, so these are the things they were talking about. So, and I said, okay, in that case, you don't need my monies as an elder sister then, so let me take my purse. And they said, no, that's a different thing. All right, that's just on a lighter mood. So women's rights within their own communities in Nigeria are highly restricted, like I said, and this is further compounded when the woman marries outside their ethnic groups and relocates to communities that do not consider them as indigenous. So consequently, once a woman marries outside her ethnic group, her rights and identity as regards indigenship is further compounded. And the fact that women in Nigeria are necessarily not regarded as indigenes of the communities that they are married into places them in a very disadvantaged position also as regards to accessibility to opportunities via the federal character principle. And this is in spite of the fact that the Constitution upholds the rights of every Nigerian regardless of ethnic or gender. Right, and this is why the House of Representatives on Wednesday passed through second reading a bill for an act to amend the Federal Character Commission Act, and it's to allow married women choose which indigenship they want. All right, so that's what we're going to be looking at today. The bill is sponsored by Edward Pojak, who he sponsored the bill, and the bill seeks to address the issue of appropriate indigenship for married women. He also said that Eastern law is discriminatory against women, as a man's indigenship is never questioned, even when he is married to many wives. Okay. He also added that married women had been subjected to psychological trauma and the legal uncertainty of their indigenous identity for a very long time. Let's listen to some of the lawmakers who made contributions to that bill.
She can only claim her state of origin. In other words, where her father comes from. The law is for only official purposes. It's not going to be all-encompassing, that is all women. And as we have heard, it only concerns only married women. If you are not married, you cannot enjoy the benefit of the amendment I'm seeking no to make. So the amendment is only one phrase to say that if a woman is married and she works in government, for instance, maybe she's going to be promoted. Sometimes they will say, well, quota has been filled for your state of origin, your father's state of origin. The woman, since she's married, should be able to say, oh, since I'm married to my husband, who's from a different state, let me opt to go with my husband.
When it comes to the point where a woman is going to benefit, that's when you really have mischief makers rise up to say, no, if this is for this state, she cannot benefit, her birthplace is there. And if it's from her, coming from her father's angle, she said, no, we have given her out in marriage, she should go there. Let there be a straightforward, straight-lined and agreed position on where the married Nigerian woman belongs. That she has the right to say, yes, I am married to this man for life, I claim everything there, or I want to be with my father's house and have my inheritance there. It should be, the men are not restricted. It's only when it comes to the Nigerian woman that we begin to see all kinds of bottle holes. You are not from here, you are not from there. The second arm is, yes, we say we are a federal government, we are one people, we are one nation. But we have a situation where we have, especially recently, we had employments in some places, and you hear the name of one state or one region or one senatorial district of a state collect everything. The issue of federal character should be looked into, because if we are one Nigeria, we are one people, then we should do everything to show that we value the unity of Nigeria. When we have this kind of tribunal that will punish offenders, then everybody will begin to fall in line.
Okay, you have heard from the lawmakers. They're arguing that, we have issues in Nigeria where when it comes to benefits for women, you are in your father's house and then you need to probably contest for an election to represent your constituency. And you hear some people coming up to say, well, you're not married to an Igbo man, for instance, and so you no longer belong to our state. You now belong to the state that is your husband's. And then, okay, she now moved to her husband's place. And then she said, okay, can I represent my people here? Because now I'm married to you, and so I'm now you. So can I contest? And then you hear people say, no, you're not from here, you are from there. This is not your state of origin. So by the end of the day, the woman is not left hanging. You can't go and contest in your father's house. You cannot go and contest in your husband's house. So that is why this bill is being brought up. So can we look at this bill together? Can we say that if this bill is passed into law, is going to clear off the issue of discrimination as it has to do with representation of women from the various places? Can a woman begin to represent people, those from her husband's place, or can she continue to also represent people from her own father's place? And then why should we even give room for this kind of a thing anyway? There shouldn't be any kind of discrimination to start with. But some women, especially in political office seekers, are having these problems, and that's why the National Assembly decided to come out with this bill, and then let the woman decide, for instance, to say, okay, I now choose, like I'm from Benue State and I'm married to my husband is from Kaduna State, and should I be able to go to Kaduna, for instance, and then represent from there? Yes, of course, some people accept that. Some people do not accept that. But can we collectively, as a people, begin to look at it from the positive angle and say, okay, this is possible? So that's what we'll be looking at today. The numbers to call is 081 89 99 1011. What do you think about this bill? Do you think that this bill will help in any way to remove that discrimination against women? Or do you think that this bill is not necessary? Or do you think that this bill, because of our culture and ethnic biases, especially against women, will not be acceptable? Even if this bill is passed into law, for instance, do you think that women will be allowed in their husbands' places to come out or to be given positions as it has to do with state of origin? Do you think this can solve any issue? So call me. The number is 081 8999 1011. What should we be doing as a people? Okay? What should we be doing as a people? Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Kubwa.
Okay, please go ahead. What's the contribution to this?
I want maybe help me tell me, but maybe just bring like everything.
Okay, thank you very much, even though that's not what we're talking about. Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a program or a time to call to ask for anything done for you. This is WCS, Women, Children and Society, and we're looking at the issue of indigenship for women. There's a bill before the National Assembly which has passed through second stage, and the bill is saying, okay, the woman has the right to choose, for instance, which state of origin that she wants to be from. Is it that of her husband or that of her father's? So that's what we're looking at. How is this going to help the women, especially as it has to do with removal of discriminatory laws against them? Should a woman be allowed to, for instance, if she's married, will she be allowed to come out and represent her husband's people? Hello. Hello, could you turn down the volume of your radio, please? Okay. Before you call, make sure that you turn down the volume of your radio, okay? The number again, 081 8999 1011. What do you think? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Hello, ma. Good afternoon, ma.
Okay, you called me, I picked it, and then I can hear what you're saying. You seem to be distracted a little, okay? But if you need to call me, you need to move to a quiet place, and then where we can talk, you turn down the volume of your radio, and then you call the number 081 8999 1011. And we're looking at issues that has to do with discrimination against women. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, please, what's your name?
My name is Uju. I'm actually calling from Kuji.
Okay, Uju, please go ahead. Do you think this can help?
Please. Yes, I heard the program. I don't really understand this deal we are talking about.
Okay.
Is it that woman cannot have rights even in the father's house and in the husband's place too?
Okay, so you listen now. The bill is trying to tackle one issue. You know, sometimes when women are married, and then they want to, for instance, if you want to represent your people when it comes to maybe at the House of Representatives, for instance, and you want to contest an election, maybe you are from Benue State, and then you now go and you get a form, and then you go to your people in Benue and you said, okay, I want to contest for the House of Representatives, and then your people now say, I'm telling you what happens to some people. Then your people will now say, okay, since we have given you out in marriage to an Igbo man from Enugu, for instance, you can no longer come and represent us. You have to go to your husband's place. That's where you belong now. And then you said, okay, let me go to my husband's place. You go to Enugu State, for instance. And then the people there said, no, you are not from this state. You are from Benue State. You are only married to our son, but you cannot come and represent us. You need to go back to your state, your father's state. So the woman is now left hanging. So this bill is trying to say, okay, the woman should have the right to say, yes, I claim the state of my husband, or I claim that of my father. Do you understand now?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, I thank God I'm lucky to come out from a place. Even your husband allowed you to be a part of their place. You can always represent us.
Okay. So, you are from which state?
I'm from Anambra State.
Okay, beautiful. So, your husband is from where?
Not married, but I have a lot of people like Uche Epife.
Okay.
I have like Joy Emodi.
Okay, like Uche is from which state? It's from Anambra State, right?
Uche Epife is from Anambra State.
And she's married to someone from where?
Married to Anambra too.
Okay, all right. You know, if it's the same state, there's not going to be a problem. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes. For instance, if you are from Anambra and you come and then you marry somebody from Edo State, for instance, can you go and represent Edo people, Edo State?
Wow.
Okay, that's what the bill is trying to. So the bill is trying to say that if now that you are from Anambra State, if you get married from to a man from Edo State, for instance, you should be able to say, okay, I am now from Edo State because I am married to an Edo man, and so I can come out and contest for governorship, for instance, of Edo State. You can have that right.
Okay. I think the bill is so. Then the bill is in favor of women.
Yes, it's for women. But do you think that this can pass in the real sense, even when this bill is passed into law? Do you think it can be implemented in Nigeria, this considering cultural and ethnic biases against women?
I'm just going to use the word of some of our men are selfish. In their selfish interest, they might not even accept that bill. Yes. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much for calling in. All right, so that's what I was trying to look at. Do you think that that bill will be implementable? And if not, what should we be doing to ensure that we implement that kind of bill to remove that kind of discrimination from women in Nigeria? The number to call again is 081 89 99 1011. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Daniel, calling from Uzetu.
Okay, Daniel, please, what's your contribution?
Yeah, the topic this afternoon is very, very interesting.
Okay, thank you.
And my own take on this very topic is that, you see, it has to do with two things.
All right.
First, if I marry a woman from another ethnic groups, the belief of my people is that if that lady contested for an election and won from my place, she will take all the resources of that same society to the other ethnic group.
Okay, that's her father's place.
To her father's place. And then, if she goes back to that place, the people will now say, okay, if she wins the election and she's representing her people, she will also take the resources to the husband's place because maybe she had children there. So the bill is a little bit complicated because, one, if you are allowed to do that,
yes,
other people have been marginalized from the other sex.
Okay.
Now, if it is not allowed, then that woman is also marginalized because she has no way. Now, to my own take now on this very, very, very important issue is that women should be allowed to contest from both sides, either from the husband's community or from her own community.
What do you think we should be telling our people who may not have the right understanding? How can we make our people to accept this kind of bill if it's passed into law in terms of implementation now?
It is through educating the people in the constituencies. If this education is taken to the constituency for people to know the value of women in the society, then it can be accepted, because mostly this issue comes from the grassroots, not from the educated people.
Yes, but of course we also have some political some politicians who may not agree.
Yes, because most of these politicians, they are self-centered. They believe on themselves only. They don't even believe in other people.
Yes.
Now, what you know that I can't do, they would like their children to do it.
Yes.
Knowing fully well they cannot do it. So it's a very big problem for us in the society. We pray that God will want to touch the politicians' heart to amend all these things to favor everybody.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your beautiful contribution. Okay. All right. So that's the issue we're looking at today on the program. You can call 081-8999-1011. How do we, if this bill is passed into law, how can we ensure that our people agree to implement it? That's what we're looking at. All right. Keep your calls coming. 081-8999-1011. What should we be doing as a people to ensure that this bill is accepted? Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Kuje. I'm Abubakar.
Okay, Abubakar. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Yeah, my little contribution is actually, I think every society matures.
Hello, Abubakar.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I think every society matures and develops both structurally and organizationally. In the sense that I think, there was a time I think that even for a woman to contest is a problem. Even in places where where they accept her. But I think we have matured the place to a time now that women are allowed to contest, at least in some places. So I think the society, with education and advocacy, the society would naturally come to accept such terms.
Okay.
And but most importantly, also, I think the woman is like the choice between the father's name or the husband's name.
Yes.
That is also.
Wow, Abubakar, I think you can call me back because you're about to make one very interesting remark. So you can call me back. All right, 081-8999-1011. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Gabriel.
Okay, Gabriel, go ahead. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ligwe.
Okay, go ahead, Gabriel.
Okay. A situation like this for women, actually, I would say that this kind of thing is very critical, because if woman come from another place and she got married to another place, definitely I would say that this kind of thing is very.
Okay, I don't know why the call keeps cutting along the way, but you can still call me back 081 89991011. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
David from Central Area.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. Talking about the Senate trying to pass a bill that a woman will have the right to contest or be given a position either from the husband's side or from the father's side.
Yes, it's the House of Representatives.
The House of Reps, okay.
Yes.
The way I look at it, I think it gets to do with trust.
Okay.
It gets to do with trust. The level of trust in the society is very, very low, and accountability too counts. Because if, for instance, I'm from Kogi State and I'm married from Benue State,
okay.
and my wife is to be given like the recent one that happened. The minister, the woman that was supposed to be a minister. Okay, he's from Benue State. That he's supposed to go there and work for the people of Benue State, not to go and work for my people, to work for Kogi people. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah, I understand.
So she's going there because the appointment is coming from Kogi State. They are picking her as a representative of Kogi State. So he's supposed to go and work for Kogi State. So if they are picking her from Benue State, it should be working for Benue State. So I think that it gets to do with the way people behave. It's not about passing law. Even if they pass the law, if somebody go in and you want to work for the people, because for instance, the senators that are going now, the Senate, House of Rep, who are they representing? Is it not the people? Are they working for the people?
Okay.
They're not working for the people, they're working for themselves. So,
no, you cannot say that completely. They have a responsibility to represent their various constituencies.
Exactly. So they have a responsibility to represent their people to work for them, but they are not doing that.
But that's an allegation. You can't be so sure.
It's not, because it's not. If they are doing it, it will be showing. They'll be seeing it.
Who is a representative in the House of Rep, for instance? Do you know?
Yes, I know.
So are you saying that he's not representing you people very well in terms of attracting the right constituency projects to your constituencies?
Both the House, the Senate, they are not doing anything. They are just there for themselves.
Okay, 2019 is, by the way, we call on Nigerians to, if you know that someone is not representing you well, you know what to do, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you very much for calling. Okay, all right, so, okay, hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Mr. Raphael, calling from Wutetu, ma'am.
Okay, please go ahead.
Ma'am, for my own thinking, a woman has the right to contest in her husband's house.
Okay.
Yes, because as she married, all her weight, everything she's doing, her money and everything is with the husband. She's under the husband. Her everything is under the husband. So I believe that they should allow a woman to contest for any election for a husband house. That's my own view.
Okay. Do you think our politicians right there at home at the grassroots will accept this?
Yes, I think they should accept, because this is what will solve the problem. If not, we cannot give out our daughter and we'll be expecting her to go and represent us in our own house, in the father's house anymore.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so keep the calls coming, 081-8999-1011. That's a bill before the House of Representatives that has passed second reading. The bill is aimed at allowing women to have a choice, for instance, to decide which state of origin they will come from when they're married. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ilya. I'm calling from Guariba.
Your name is who, sorry?
Ilya.
Okay, Ilya. Ilya, how are you today?
I'm fine.
Okay, please go ahead.
just want to ask one question. Do we have any law in this country? We don't.
We do have laws.
Listen now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay, let's believe that, okay, we do have. If you say we do have, you know that in some places, like where I come from.
Where do you come from?
I'm from Kogi.
Okay, Kogi, all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the law is that if you, even if you're a stranger, you live in a place for like over 10 years.
Okay.
You become a part of that place. If you have stayed in a place for like 10 years or above, in our own area, it does not even happen. How does this one happen? When the law that we say we have is proclaimed we have, does not exist. If you're from, let's say you're from this local government and you live in another local government for like years, they'll tell you cannot contest except you go back to your home. So how will this one work? Whereby you might some.
Okay. Okay, Ilya has an issue with our constitution and the way we do our things, and it's quite wrong. I think we should first of all begin to look at each other as one. If we do the right things, then we don't need to bother about where this person is from. If we are working for the generality of the nation, for instance, if you're an office, political office leader, and you're working, if every representative decides to work for the good of the people, by the end of the day, everybody will be working for the 36 states of the Federation. Everywhere will be covered and we will not have much problems. So the situation where people are a little selfish and then all they think about is their personal self. And so because of that, they begin to wonder, why is this person coming to take what is supposed to be mine? But whoever is coming, as long as the person is working for the development of the place, for instance, then we shouldn't be worrying ourselves. All right, so we need to bring ourselves to that point. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, it's Ilya again.
Okay, Ilya, please come. Thank you for calling back.
Yeah, like as I'm saying, you women, you people are the problem of yourself.
Okay, why is that so?
Who are the voters? The voters are women.
Yes.
You can claim the whole seat, down from presidency to anywhere. Up there, they so hate each other with all passion. I mean, if not, there's nothing like there should be any law or whatever that a woman should. Women should contest and let women vote for women, then men will vote for men, then we'll see who will win. Woman is a problem. I'm telling you. If your friend is standing now, I mean, for any position now, you now look at it, I want to be standing for. I mean, why not me? They will not vote. They will rather go and vote for their men. So
no.
Women are their problem.
Ilya, I don't think you're right completely. I think we should begin to disabuse our minds from that thing.
When I shall contest for Taraba, assuming the whole women in Taraba voted for Asha, she would have won. Let me tell you, I think women are their problem. When this lady contest for presidency, the Stella Jubilee, how much vote did they have? Did women vote for her?
She voted herself.
I'm telling you, even if they pass the law, you cannot enforce anybody to vote for that woman. So you people should check yourself and ask yourself a question. Do you really want to become anything in this country? So that's just it. Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. And again, on the other side, the fact that you're a woman does not mean that when you come out, every woman should vote for you. No. It has to do with what you can offer. Have you built yourself? Do you have the skill, the capacity, the knowledge, and whatever it takes for you to deliver on the particular responsibility that you're asking to get into? So it's not just about being a woman. The fact that you're a woman does not mean that every woman should vote for you. You should be able to make yourself stand out in such a way that you build yourself, you develop yourself to the point that, yes, everybody is sure that you can deliver. All right? So women need to use this opportunity to begin to develop themselves. If you want to go into politics, for instance, you join a political party. You develop yourself. You school yourself. You learn about how it is. You cannot just come out and say, okay, I'm a woman, and so every other woman should queue up behind you and vote you in. No. You need to work on yourself. You need to build yourself up in such a way that you can take up the right responsibilities at the right time. You need to bring yourself to a point where everybody will trust that, yes, if given this opportunity, you will deliver. Okay, so keep the calls coming. 081-8999-1011. Can we as a nation implement this kind of law, for instance, where the woman can now go comfortably to her husband's place and say, okay, since I'm now married to Mr. B, for instance, and he's from this state, I can now say, yes, let me go pick up a position there. Will the people allow me to do that? Okay, so we need to educate ourselves. We need to build ourselves up in such a way that we remove every bottleneck and begin to look at people who are qualified to do the job. All right. So if a woman is qualified to do the job, you don't need to begin to look at her like a woman. Oh, what can she do? She's just a woman. No, the woman can do any other thing that you can do, if given the right opportunity, if given the right development. And that's why even we women too, we need to begin to develop ourselves so that nobody can come out and say, okay, you cannot even do it after all. How can you do this? You cannot do it. So let's cool ourselves, let's develop ourselves, let's give ourselves the right exposure, and then we'll begin to seek for whatever positions that we want to seek. All right? All right, so you can keep the calls coming. 081-8999-1011. A bill before the National Assembly wanting to ensure that women get the rightful things that they want.
She can only claim her state of origin. In other words, where her father comes from. The law is for only official purposes. It's not going to be all-encompassing, that is all women. And as we have heard, it only concerns only married women. If you are not married, you cannot enjoy the benefit of the amendment I'm seeking to make. So the amendment is only one phrase to say that if a woman is married and she works in government, for instance, maybe she's going to be promoted. Sometimes they will say, well, quota has been filled for your state of origin, your father's state of origin. The woman, since she's married, should be able to say, oh, since I'm married to my husband, who's from a different state, let me opt to go with my husband.
When it comes to the point where a woman is going to benefit, that's when you really have mischief makers rise up to say, no, if this is for this state, she cannot benefit, her birthplace is there. And if it's from her coming from her father's angle, she said, no, we have given her out in marriage, she should go there. Let there be a straightforward, straight-lined and agreed position on where the married Nigerian woman belongs. That she has the right to say, yes, I am married to this man for life, I claim everything there, or I want to be with my father's house and have my inheritance there. It should be, the men are not restricted. It's only when it comes to the Nigerian woman that we begin to see all kinds of bottle holes. You are not from here, you are not from there. The second arm is, yes, we say we are a federal government, we are one people, we are one nation. But we have a situation where we have, especially recently, we had employments in some places, and you hear the name of one state or one region or one senatorial district of a state collect everything. The issue of federal character should be looked into, because if we are one Nigeria, we are one people, then we should do everything to show that we value the unity of Nigeria. When we have this kind of tribunal that will punish offenders, then everybody will begin to fall in line.
Okay. 081-8999-1011. What do you think? Do you think that this kind of law, if passed into this kind of bill, if passed into law, is implementable in Nigeria? Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I'm Simon.
Okay, Simon. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Gambati.
Okay, all right. Go ahead, please.
You know, I'm from Enugu State.
Okay.
I'm from Enugu State.
Okay, please go ahead with your contribution.
You know, when a woman is married out of her father's compound,
yes,
she's automatically out from that place. No, you don't have any right. You don't have any right at all for your father's compound. So, but in a political system, they have right to contest for any position, and they will claim it. That is my contribution.
Thank you very much. Okay. All right. keep the calls coming. Let's look at the issue. What do you think is the right thing to be done? Can we implement this kind of laws in Nigeria? Do you think it's okay for the Nigerian woman? All right, 081-8999-1011. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, this is Gabriel calling back.
Okay, Gabriel.
Yes. For my contribution, a woman has a right to contest in her husband's house if she's coming from another state.
Okay.
Why? Because she has already left her parents in another state. She don't have a right to go back and contest. So if she's under her husband in another state, she has a right to contest, because we are talking about right of a woman now, and she has a right to contest in any political aspect. So she has a right to do whatever she wants to do in her own state because she's under her husband and is with the support of the husband.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So it's with the support of the husband that she has a right to do other things, even in the state. So there's no anybody or political people in the state that will come and say, no, she's not from this our state, she's not from this place. So they should allow women to contest because it's their own right.
Okay.
We're one Nigerian.
Okay. Thank you very much.
That's my contribution.
Okay, thank you for calling on the show. Okay, so when this bill is passed into law, a tribunal will be established that will punish anybody who violates that law. If you refuse a woman from contesting because she's here or she's there, if she makes a choice and you said she cannot, then you'll be in some sort of trouble. The controversial issue of women either using their state of origin or that of their husbands when applying for appointments has lingered on for decades in Nigeria, and the Federal Character Commission Act currently allows a married woman to lay claim to her husband's state of origin when applying for any appointment. But then, is this applicable? In the recent, have we been observing this? Okay, do we have issues where a woman, despite the Constitution, goes to her husband's place, for instance, and say, okay, I want to take up this position. Will she be allowed to take it up? And when she's refused, can she also go to her father's house and say, okay, can I take this appointment, for instance? That's what we've been talking. So as we quickly, okay. Hello? Hello.
This is Dominic calling.
Okay, Dominic, go ahead, please. Okay, I can hear you very well, please.
My contribution is, as a man has a right, so is the women.
Okay.
There shouldn't be placed on a particular group of people.
Okay.
Or persons. The woman has a right to contest in her home and her husband where she's married to.
Okay.
Because we are all one. And in my place in Benin State, a woman from, although the husband is also from the same state, but different local government, she's from Bakodi, got married to somebody, a man in Boko, and she contested in her husband's place of chairman, council chairman, and she got the vote.
Okay.
So I see no reason why why a woman should have a place where she should contest and she should be deprived of the other place.
Okay.
Because I'm speaking based on experience. Some women, before they get married, they've been industrious in their hometown, that is their father's house or their father's home state. And when they get married to another state, her people will still want to call her if there's need or something like that. Will have to come over to do, maybe to represent them. So I see no reason why somebody will come up and say it's not about the bill, but like the other caller said, the women should also consider not just because of what they're going to get, but also see how they can position their fellow in their place.
Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution, okay?
You're
All right. And because of time, that's the last caller on the show. I'd like to thank you very much for calling, and I'd like to say, okay, give the women the chance and the opportunity to develop themselves, because women have a lot to contribute to the development of the society, of the country, of the family, of the nation, and to the world as a whole. Everybody has the right to be what he or she wants to be, and so you should not try to stop someone because of the gender of the person. Both the man and the woman have great potentials in them to ensure that the world and life is a better place. So ensure that you give all the support to women just like you give to the men also, so that our country, Nigeria, can move forward economically, socially, morally, and in all spheres. Thank you for listening. My name is Oikeke Igado Kure. The program will come again same time Monday. Bye-bye.